In every culture, there are whispers of those who came before us. In African and diasporic traditions, these whispers are not distant. They are alive, they breathe through us, they shape who we are. Our ancestors are not forgotten shadows. They are living presences, the bridge between past and present, guiding us toward the future. To honor them is to remember that we do not stand alone. We stand on foundations laid with sacrifice, with struggle, with hope, and with love. When we speak of honoring the ancestors, we are not simply talking about ritual or tradition. We are talking about an act of remembering that gives strength, grounding, and healing. Too often, in the fast pace of modern life, we forget that our story began long before we were born. Our names carry echoes of those who bore them before. Our laughter echoes the joy of elders long gone. Even our struggles are connected to battles our people have faced and overcome. To honor the ancestors is to connect with that great river of life that flows through us all. Think of it this way. We are branches of a tree, but the tree cannot live without its roots. The roots are unseen, hidden beneath the soil, but they feed and strengthen the trunk and branches. Without the roots, there is no life. Our ancestors are those roots, unseen by the eye, yet present in every breath we take. They ground us when we feel lost. They remind us that we are part of something larger, something unbroken, something eternal. In African wisdom, honoring the ancestors is not only about memory, it is about relationship. It means acknowledging that they are still with us. It means setting a place for them in our lives. Some do this by pouring libations, calling their names, lighting a candle, or offering prayers. Others honor them by living in alignment with their values, by carrying forward their teachings, or by embodying their strength in moments of trial. Whatever the form, the essence is the same: to say, I remember you, I thank you, I walk with you. There is a Swahili proverb that says, a person is not dead until they are forgotten. This speaks to the power of remembrance. Our ancestors live on when we speak their names, when we tell their stories, when we pass on their wisdom to the next generation. Forgetting severs the chain, remembering repairs it. Each act of memory is an act of healing for ourselves and for our community. And here is the truth: honoring the ancestors is not about perfection. It is not about pretending that those who came before us lived without flaws. It is about acknowledging their humanity, their struggles, their victories, and even their mistakes. It is about recognizing that their story is intertwined with ours. We inherit their gifts, but we also inherit their wounds. And when we choose to heal ourselves, we are also helping to heal them across time. For many in the African diaspora, honoring their ancestors is also an act of resistance. For centuries, systems of oppression tried to erase these connections, stripping away languages, severing ties to homelands, silencing traditions. But despite everything, memory endured. Songs were sung in secret, stories were whispered in the dark, rituals were carried forward in new forms. Every act of remembering became a declaration: we are still here. Our ancestors still walk with us. To honor them today is to continue that resistance, to affirm that their sacrifices were not in vain and that their dreams still live. But honoring the ancestors is not only a backward glance, it is also a forward motion. We do not only look behind us, we carry that wisdom into the future. Each step we take is not just for ourselves, but for those yet to come. When we honor our ancestors, we are also preparing the ground for future generations. Just as we are rooted in the past, others will one day be rooted in us. This awareness brings responsibility. The choices we make today will shape the lives of tomorrow. So, how do we honor the ancestors in our daily lives? It does not have to be complicated. It may be as simple as cooking a meal that was once cooked in your family and remembering the hands that stirred the pot before yours. It may be telling your children the story of a grandparent so that name and memory are carried forward. It may be pausing for a moment of silence, whispering thanks, or asking for guidance in times of need. These small acts create a living bridge between past and present. And when we live with this awareness, we begin to walk differently. We carry ourselves with more strength, knowing that we are not alone. We speak with more courage, knowing that our words carry the weight of generations. We love more deeply, knowing that we are part of a great chain of love that stretches across time. Honoring the ancestors transforms the way we see ourselves and the way we live in the world. Honoring the ancestors is also a way of finding healing in our own struggles. So often, people feel disconnected, lost, or rootless in today's world. Modern culture teaches us to see ourselves as isolated individuals, cut off from community and history. But African wisdom reminds us that we are never alone. When you whisper a prayer to your ancestors, when you light a candle in their memory, when you simply sit quietly and think of them, you open yourself to guidance, strength, and comfort that transcends time. Think of the burdens you carry. Perhaps they feel heavy, unbearable even, but remember, you do not carry them alone. Your ancestors carried much heavier burdens: enslavement, exile, colonization, poverty, war, and yet they endured. And because they endured, you are here. Their resilience flows in your veins. Their courage beats in your heart. When you honor them, you draw on that resilience and courage for your own journey. There is another dimension to this practice as well. Honoring the ancestors through the way we live. Rituals and ceremonies are important, but they are not the only way. Living with integrity, showing compassion, fighting for justice, creating beauty, protecting the earth, all these are ways of honoring those who came before. They dreamed of freedom, so when you fight for justice, you honor them. They worked with their hands, so when you build, create, or grow, you honor them. They loved and nurtured their families, so when you love fiercely and nurture your children, you honor them. Every act of goodness is a tribute, a libation poured not with water, but with life itself. In African cosmology, the ancestors are often seen as living spirits who remain part of the community. They are not distant ghosts, but active presences, watching, guiding, and interceding. This worldview shifts how we experience life. When you believe your ancestors are with you, your perspective changes. Suddenly, you are not just an individual making choices. You are a continuation of a larger story. You become a caretaker of the legacy entrusted to you. This awareness can bring humility, but also great strength. One of the most powerful ways to honor our ancestors is through storytelling. Each story carried forward is a flame kept alive. When we share the struggles and victories of our grandparents, great-grandparents, or elders, we weave threads that give us pride, confidence, and purpose. In telling their stories, we give them life once more and allow their wisdom to echo through time. Storytelling also brings healing. Generational trauma often travels silently through what is left unspoken. But when truth is shared, even painful truth, the silence is broken. Light enters where darkness once lived, and healing begins not just for us, but for those who came before. Honoring the ancestors is not simply tradition, it is necessity. It nourishes us, strengthens us, and reminds us we are rooted in a lineage of resilience. It also asks us, what kind of ancestors will we be? Someday, future generations will inherit our choices and remember our stories. So, when you rise each day, remember, you rise with 1,000 voices beside you. You are the living bridge between past and future. Honor the ancestors, and through you, they will continue to live on.